I'm starting to think Enes Kanter and Royce White should stop pushing their agenda now. Before y'all start jumping on me, hear me out. Enes Kanter and Royce White both decided they were going to declare for the WNBA Draft. And now the WNBA has come out and said, nope, you're not eligible. And honestly, I'm not mad at the WNBA for that. Because let's be real, I don't think these two guys actually wanted to play in the WNBA. I think they wanted to make a point. They saw the conversation going on about transgender athletes in women's sports. They saw the WNBA's rules and basically said, okay, let's see what happens if we do this. And that's where I start having a problem. Because if you're supposedly trying to defend women's sports, why are you turning the WNBA into your political stage? These women have spent years building this league. They've sacrificed. They've played overseas. They've fought for better salaries. They fought to get people to take women's basketball seriously. And now you've got two former NBA players showing up and basically saying, we're going to enter your league to prove a point. Come on, man. That's not helping women's basketball. That's using women's basketball. And there's another thing that bothers me. If you genuinely believe that men shouldn't be competing in women's professional sports, then why would you intentionally try to put yourself in that exact situation? That's the contradiction. You're saying protect women's sports, but at the same time, you're saying, I'm going to walk into the women's league myself just to prove that I can. That's not protecting the league. That's putting the league in the middle of a political argument. Now, I personally believe the WNBA needs to be very clear about its eligibility rules. Don't leave everybody guessing. If the league says only women are eligible, then define exactly what that means. Be clear. Don't make players, fans, and potential players try to figure it out for themselves. But I also don't think the answer is letting former NBA players deliberately enter the league just so they can create controversy. And apparently, the WNBA agrees. Because today, the league reportedly determined that Kanter and Royce White are not eligible for the 2027 draft. And honestly, I think that's where this should have ended. Because the WNBA doesn't need Enes Kanter. It doesn't need Royce White. And it definitely doesn't need anybody turning the league into a political experiment. Let the women play basketball. Let the players argue about basketball. Let the fans argue about basketball. And if we're going to have a serious conversation about who should be eligible to compete in women's sports, then let's have that conversation seriously. Not through stunts. Not through publicity. And not by using the WNBA as a prop. Because I'm starting to think the people who claim they're trying to save women's sports need to remember one thing. Women's basketball isn't a political prop. It's a sport. And the women who play it deserve better than that.